Now, this video is aimed at our coaches and leaders, and we'll show them how to set up a session on Coacha, and there'll be a separate video about how you can manage those sessions using the mobile app for the register, etc. So first of all, you can only add sessions via the website. So go to the web one. Again, it works on mobiles if you need it to, but it doesn't work through the mobile app. So we're just going to sign in. You'll have these different bits, but you need to go in as your coach profile, not your member profile. You'll be able to do that. So let's log into the club. And you see this view is very different to the normal view you've got. You've got people, etc., your data and documents. So let's go to classes, and what you need to do, you need to add a new class. So classes and registrations. There's my attendance register, new classes, virtual classes, my classes, and archived classes. So I'm just going to create a new class or event. So new class. I'm going to give it a name. Now, be fairly descriptive of this. If everybody calls their class 10k run, it's going to be very difficult for people to make sure they're selecting the right one. So test run with James, for example, and then put as much detail in as you like. This is quite helpful for members to know they need to bring trail shoes, etc. So run, walk at 10-minute miling around the park for 45 minutes. Okay, please bring trail shoes, etc. Whatever details you want to put in there that's relevant to this. Now, I can select a venue. There is a list of standard venues we've put in here. If you need to add one in, you can go in here and you can type in the name of the venue you want to add, but please check in the list first, otherwise we'll end up with a whole load of duff ones in here. So we're going to say you're going to meet at Southgate Hockey Centre, main car park. I can then select which coach it's going to be. Now, you can do dual sessions where you could split the group down. So I'm just going to select myself from the list. The start date of my class. So this is for tomorrow. Okay. Time of my class. It's going to be 6 o'clock. And it's going to finish at 7 o'clock. It's an hour-long class. Is this class recurring? Now, I can make classes recurring. If I click on is recurring, I can say yes, this is going to appear every Tuesday. And if I do that, that will appear every Tuesday until the end of time. Otherwise, I can add an end date. I can say, and this is only going to be for the next few weeks. So this is only up until the 18th, for example, and that will put them in for that particular period. So save you typing these details in here, and people can then book in advance for the next week if you want to do a series of events like that. It's better to add an end date because it's actually quite difficult then to cancel individual classes if you've got them set for the next year, etc. So I always advise setting an end date if you're doing a recurring class. Otherwise, just turn off the recurring and just have it as a one-off class. Now, the important bits you need to do are set the class size. Current restrictions are the class size is R6 for seniors. I've seen some people put in 7, put in 5. It is 6, it's currently what's agreed. Enable the waiting list as well. So if my class fills up, there is a waiting list function so people can still book into it and be notified if a place opens up when somebody cancels. Most important thing, can people book onto this class? Tick that. It's not pay as you go. You don't have to worry about that, because if you do that, people are going to be asked for credit card details when they're trying to book in. You don't want that. So restrict member groups. Previously we were using these membership types. This has got quite complicated now, these various different groups of which ones to select. So under where it says training groups here, there is one that says senior training groups, and there's some subgroups under there as well. The Transforms one's not set up at the moment. The sub 21 is, so you restrict it down to those. So it'll either be senior training group or the juniors training group, depending which age grade you're aiming at. So this one is for senior training group. I don't need to select anything else. And I can save that. There is an option to add members. This will not work. We can't allow you to add members to this because it then exposes their personal details. and you can't under GDPR give that information until they're consented by booking into your class. Once you are booked, somebody's booked in, you do get access to their personal details. So yeah, just to be careful of that. So yes, I'm just going to now go through and create this class. That's dead straightforward. As simple as that. Here is my other classes. I can edit these classes here. That's the one I've just set up. I can edit this class if I needed to change it. That's the date and time. Now you see this class is in the past. So I'll go back. There is an option now to archive that class if I don't want to appear it on my list anymore. So this one's gone in the past. I can now archive that, and it's disappeared. And if I go to archive classes, that will appear in there. If I've archived it by mistake, I can restore it. Please do not delete the classes, because if you delete the class, it gives you the warning about it anyway, but it takes out all the attendance stats, which we may need for track and trace information. So please don't delete classes. If I need to restore it, I can put that back in, go to your classes, and it's in there. I'm just going to archive that one off again. So if you don't want them on your list, archive them off. They're in the archive, but it keeps all the attendance records and stuff that we need for track and trace information, and it's also quite useful to see who's attending what classes, and we can do various surveys, etc. on that if we want to. There is an option of virtual classes. We're not going to use that. And there is the attendance register, which I'll come back to in a moment. And once that class is set up, that is available on your mobile app to manage as well. So the next video will be about how to use the attendance register, and we'll take it from there.